Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
The multi-dimensional portal is open. Onnichigen is your favorite superstar, the multi-dimensional Dajigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual idol form. Happy Final Fantasy Friday, maniacs! It's good to be here. Yesterday I couldn't make it. I was feeling so ill, both mentally and physically. Just wasn't feeling well at all. I was looking forward to Smite, but sadly we couldn't have it. My plan was to have a Smite stream in which we would do more than just arena. We would also do like the main MOBA mode. I still haven't checked that out because it's so intimidating for me. But yeah, like, even if I had done just an arena stream, I was just feeling way too ill. I'm feeling a little bit better today. As a matter of fact, I felt even worse 2 days ago. I was like in an awful state, but I am better today. Yeah, much better. Like, I'm improving, I think. Some symptoms came back, like I had like more sneezes and a runny nose earlier, but which I didn't have as much yesterday. But overall, I'm improving. I'm improving. Just kind of sort of happened like on Wednesday. Not sure if I had anything on Tuesday, but Wednesday was like I was like I felt terrible. Then on Thursday I felt a little bit better, but still not too well for stream, and I had to just call off the Smite stream. But we are able to have Final Fantasy Friday today. That being said, partly because of this and for other reasons related to the stream tomorrow, it might be a shorter stream than usual today. Slightly shorter. Tomorrow, I wanted to have the Ultimate Pokemon Team League team building stream. I talked a little bit about this on the Satsudan last Saturday. Basically, what that will be about, I mean, we can also talk about all sorts of things Pokemon. We could talk about Scarlet and Violet just without spoilers, because as far as I know, the entire Pokédex, the entire game has leaked. Some people got a hold of a ROM or something, I don't know how it works. But well, long story short, the Pokédex got leaked. I haven't seen the Pokédex, but I did see like new typings that were made that got leaked. Some new typings that weren't made before that have finally been made. Some of them sound exciting, but I wonder how many of them are like exclusively legendary or mythical Pokemon, or both. You know, it's great, like for example, Mars Shadow, Ghost Fighting, that's a lot of fun, right? But it's only a mythical Pokemon, Mars Shadow, like... a lot of the time, you may be in a situation in which it's not allowed to be used, or you don't want to use a mythical or legendary. Not necessarily because it feels like cheating, but something akin to it. Not cheating, but like... To me, sometimes when I clear a game with a legendary or a mythical, it kind of feels cheap. Like, I want to clear it with non-legendary nor mythical. Pseudo legendary are fine though. Meigoban and Elurin, happy Final Fantasy Friday, I hope it's going well. Did you have any plans for today, by the way? Are you gonna play FF14 as well? We're gonna go back to the MSQ, but the whole Palace of the Dead thing is still pending, of course, as we talked about. But yeah, we're gonna talk more about Pokemon tomorrow. But it's basically like giving the ultimate quote-unquote teams to all the gym leaders, Elite Four, champions, etc. Creating like an ultimate Pokemon League for every region or so. Something like that. I still need to finish the Excel spreadsheet because I don't want to do the Excel spreadsheet tomorrow. What I want to do is create some trainer cards for everyone on maybe Poke Charms or something else. Maybe not a trainer card, but even making the teams on Pokemon Showdown, that could be good. I create them on the Gym Leader Castle account that I have. I have two accounts. I have the Kaiden account and I have the Gym Leader Castle account. Oh yes! Yes, Lurin, yes! 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? No, 8 p.m.? Yes. I need to set a bloody reminder. Tomorrow! Yes. 7 p.m. Eastern, okay. 7. Yes, I should be able to make it. Where I am doing glam, scary, I know. Remind me, what does that stand for, Ducky? GLAM? Happy Friday, though. Today is Friday in California. It's a meme from Super Sentai, by the way. Just check out the Twitter account Friday Pacific and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, I haven't made reference to that in a while, but it's like every Friday I should make a reference to that. Oh, thank you, Mikro. Oh, Among Us games? Oh, let's go. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I did get your advice to hydrate. Yeah, I think there was a little bit of dehydration going on with me. There was a day or two in which I didn't hydrate well, and it just, it wasn't the reason why I got sick, but it made things worse. Oh, glamour. I'll see if I can make it, Illurin. I'm gonna try, but of course I can't guarantee anything. But yeah, it would be great. And yeah, as for my own birthday, it's December 10. I need to do something, don't I? For fuck's sake. Now it's technically less than a month. Well, I'm thinking of a subathon. As to what to do on the subathon, though? That's the question. Hold on, let me make a note. I'm having a thought. I'm having a potential idea, but I'm gonna make a note of that. Or maybe you can give me ideas tomorrow, Illurin, by what I see you do. Just seeing what you did tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna have to plan something. And you know, the great thing is, it's a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. It works out quite nicely. Let's fucking go. Also, if you do Palace of the Dead in-group content, probably hop on. Otherwise, I'll just be watching for now. Not today. We're not gonna do Palace of the Dead today. Well, there may be something else group related. I'm just gonna continue with the MSQ where we left off after the ultimate weapon in A Realm Reborn. The patch stuff, you know, after the credits rolled and all that. Whatever it's called. I think it's still ARR, but it's like the patch stuff before you get to the first expansion. What was it? Heavensward? Heavensward. I think it was Heavensward, but correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, by the way, I did drink the water, Mikro. Post ARR, right. Post ARR, but not the expansion yet. Right? Then Heavensward, yes. Post ARR, but not Heavensward. Heavensward is post ARR, so I need to clarify, right? I feel like I need to clarify a lot sometimes. You know, I can be very long-winded sometimes. Sometimes I repeat a lot of words sometimes. Okay, that's enough long-windedness, if that's even a word. Let's jump into Eorzea. You're in post AR now. All the 2.1 through 2.55 stop before Heavensward. There you are, Ducky. There you are. And thank you also for the retweet, Mikro. And I should say the same to Kitsune Live. It's kind of like an automated thing, but hey, I'll count my blessings, so to speak. Let's pause this music now. And yes, let's jump into the beautiful world that is Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy Friday though. I do miss FF11. I wish I could do both. And maybe play a single player Final Fantasy someday. You know what could be fun maybe? To have like a... Oh yes, there's something I need to talk about for the potential YouTube streams. I have an idea, and it's also the reason why I didn't schedule Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines for this week. First, let's jump into FF14 though. Yeah, but it would be fun to maybe have 2 streams on a Friday, Final Fantasy Friday. As long as I can have all Fridays free enough for something like this, in which the online MMOs are here on Twitch, and I do a sort of let's play of the single-player Final Fantasy games on YouTube. So, I had a thought. For a long time, something I've wanted to do is a let's play. I mean, in many ways, when I play a game on stream, it's kind of like a let's play experience too. But a bit more focused on that, while still being live though. I have thought about doing it in video form, but it's not a viable thing for a bunch of reasons. But now, with the separation, again, another reason why I'm going back to the plan of streaming more on YouTube, the separation of live, shorts, and videos gives me more of a reason to maybe try a Let's Play series, and I feel like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines might be a good one. Now, what does this mean for that game? If I decide to do it in YouTube as a Let's Play series, then I will restart the game on YouTube. I'll try my best to make both Therese and Jeanette survive. I know what I have to do now to ensure that. But if I restart it, I also want to restart it because I installed some mods that forced me to restart the game, like the Clan Quest mod that I talked about. It's something I was thinking might happen, that when I install that mod, because it's not fully compatible, or, you know, to make it be compatible, you have to restart the game. You have to start a new game. So it's best if I kind of put a pause on Bloodlines, and believe me, I want to play it so badly, and see how it goes. I need to research the mods a little bit more. And then if I decide that I do it on YouTube and or install the mods, then I do a restart and I make it a sort of Let's Play series that's also live on YouTube. Single player Final Fantasy is your playground? Let's go, Ducky. You have a lot of questing to do left till Heavensward. Have fun. Post ARR is a journey, but it builds up Heavensward hype quite nicely. Love that. Yeah, you mentioned... By the way, we're lagging today. I don't know what's going on. The internet is being naughty today. Internet-kun is not gonna get... Internet-kun is gonna get coal for Christmas. It's not gonna get any presents. I am writing a letter to Santa Claus, telling the internet is being naughty this year as well. Especially close to Christmas. Do not give Internet-kun any gifts. It deserves some coal this year. Naughty, naughty, naughty. But, when you can hear me, hopefully we don't get like a huge stream delay or something, good God. Well, I mean, the VR news, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm not excited. Like, oh my gosh. You know, honestly, I would prefer for the stream to turn into a slideshow than to have it just be a huge delay for all of you. It's good now, it doesn't look good on my end. Just telling me there's a lot of drop frames and there's a red square on OBS, but okay. I don't really have VR. I have a VR headset, but it really doesn't work anymore. The poor thing just doesn't work anymore. I tried using it a few times recently, and I think it's finally given its last hurrah. Finally given its last breath. Seems to have kind of stabilized by now, but it's not looking like it's gonna be any better on the stream. But anyway, hopefully there's not a huge delay or something. But yeah, first ever video game you play was FF12. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, just... sounds exciting, but at the same time, I think it's just gonna be an early thing. But it's amazing, because they're going the extra mile for that. I mean, it's a fan project, right? So this is the sort of thing Square Enix doesn't like, when fans mod the game in this way, because they're going the extra mile by not just making it first person, but making it so that the game can be controlled with VR controls. So if you're an archer, I think it's the ranger class, right? I forget. But if you're an archer, you're gonna be doing the whole bow and arrow like drawing in your controls on the VR headset. You're gonna be doing whatever motion you have to do with your staff to throw the attacks. You're gonna be swinging your sword. So that's how it's gonna be. And if such is the case, first of all, that's amazing. I don't think there's ever been a project like that before. I mean, for an MMO that's not originally a VR MMO. I think I still remember the name of that other one. Orbus, was it? There was a VR MMO. Haven't seen what it's like in a while. Because it's still a very, like, early stage thing. As, you know, VR is still relatively new. If you compare it in terms of gameplay to a current MMO, that's another story. But as a new VR MMO experience, I think it's been good. I didn't play it, but I took a look at it briefly. Like the screenshots and some reviews and gameplay, maybe. But yeah. Just, where was I? Why was I here exactly? I think it was, oh yeah, because we were doing the Palace of the Dead. Let's ride on Maggie. On the Magitech armor. Maggie right here. Okay, I am seeing on my Twitch dashboard that there isn't a huge stream delay. I also wrote on Maggie to see how long it took for that to appear on the screen. So, whenever you're hearing this message, if you're able to refresh, make sure to refresh. It might fix the delay, if there is one. And I apologize that you have to be forced to do that. Okay, yeah, we need to get back to the Waking Sands. To Vesper Bay. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Did it wrong. So, it's exciting, but at the same time, I am like not holding my breath for it because I think it's gonna be a while before I play it and before it feels really playable. But you never know. I mean, people are amazing at this, and Skyrim translated well to VR apparently. So, if they could do Skyrim in VR, they can do Final Fantasy XIV for sure. I hope the future looks like that for a lot of older games as well. Like, somebody just goes back to Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and they make it VR. Somebody goes back to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and they make that VR. Like that. Half-Life 2, they make that VR. Portal, can you imagine Portal in VR? Boom, they make it VR. Even if it's not official, I can see Valve doing that though. Especially with what they did with Half-Life Alyx. Sooner or later, we're gonna have a Portal VR game. Sooner or later, I think that's gonna happen. I mean, they have an official headset. Valve has the Valve Index, so it would help promote that. I could see them having a new model of the Valve Index come with that new Portal game, or remade Portal game, but in VR. I can see that 1,000,000%. The good news was FF14 might become the first VR MMORPG in animes like Sword Art Online and Overlord. There has been a VR MMO though, the one I mentioned, which is Orbus. I think that was the name. As far as I know, that is a VR MMORPG. Hold on. Let me show it on the screen. The first MMORPG converted to VR might be the way to say it. You know, that wasn't originally VR. The bad news is the creator of Oculus is designing the first VR headset that can connect your whole nervous system to the digital world, both supposedly allowing you to be fully teleported into the game world, but will also allow the possibility if you die in game, you die IRL. Kinda scary. What? What? So we are getting Sword Art Online. I did see some people mention that in a recent date, a few days ago. I don't know about Sword Art Online. I've never seen the anime nor the original source material. I don't know if it comes from manga or a light novel, but what the heck? But yeah, Fantasy Virtual Reality MMO for, well, it says HTC, which I imagine is Vive, but it's for any headset, as far as I know. It can be an Oculus, it can be a Valve headset, and you'll be able to play it. So, going into the website, let's see what we get. Steam, Oculus, Orbus VR Reborn. That's crazy. Well, I think it's gonna be a good amount of years before you see that, but honestly, I think it should be done, but you gotta be careful how you do it. I mean, as long as you don't have an unfortunate accident or something like that, that's like horror science fiction right there. Sword Art Online issues, Ready Player One issues where you might enslave someone online or something. But yeah, they have Bard, Paladin, Shaman, Scoundrel. They have more classes than the last time I checked. Warrior, Rune Mage, Ranger, Musketeer. So the big differences with the classes is what you do in your VR headset, what you do with the controls. Rune Mage, I recall you have to actually memorize how to do the runes, and you draw the runes from memory on the screen. That sounds really fucking awesome. Ranger, I think it's obvious you use the bow and arrow. Bard, you probably play the instruments there like that. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. A virtual world awaits, play your way. Relax. And yeah, there's also like relaxing crafting like that. I definitely need to see it. But, well, you know, I guess we are getting a Sword Art Online of sorts. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. What surprises me is that it's already I don't know if happening is the word, but they're already saying it's gonna happen. That's the most surprising thing to me. It's 2022. I wasn't expecting to hear any hints of this until at least the end of this decade. Because how long has VR been a thing? 2016, I think, was when it started becoming public? Maybe? And well, Oculus, I don't think I can trust Oculus with that. Like, out of all the developers, I think Oculus is the worst one for that. Because they're fully integrated with Facebook in a way that just infringes on people's privacy. The way they force you to have a Facebook account and the way other things about Facebook. I'm not gonna call them meta because motherfuckers, you can't own the word meta. You didn't invent the bloody word. The same with metaverse. They're acting as if they invented the fucking word. I hate it. So no. Hey, I love WoW. Oh wait, oops. You love World of Warcraft. Yeah, we should have World of Warcraft in VR as well. I used to do a little bit of stuff in virtual desktop. Again, when my VR headset used to work, which is an Oculus headset. Ironic, I know, but I didn't know as well about Oculus back then. And actually, Oculus wasn't owned by Facebook back then when I bought it in 2018. The Oculus Rift CV1. That's the problem. That's also why it just didn't work as well. I was an early adopter because I didn't realize that I was early adopting. That's the problem with being an early adopter, that there's a lot of discontinuation and a lot of like things that get fixed later, and you just spent a lot of money. And I spent a lot of money on that headset. Still not as expensive though as a lot of headsets are now. I would be very tempted to go for the Oculus Quest 2 though because of the cheap price though, but Oculus, man. I'm just gonna make a fucking throwaway Facebook account. That's what I'm gonna do. Chris, to think that our grandkids one day could be literally playing IRL Sword Art Online? Oh yes, absolutely. You were gonna say bud? Well, screw meta, FF14 in VR all the way? Absolutely. But I did say this, I hope we see that more. Like, conversions of... Well, mostly this would be games that are in first person, like Elder Scrolls, like, ooh, Knights of the Old Republic, that already work well in virtual reality. Well, as a matter of fact, in first person, I mean. Elder Scrolls Online, out of all the MMOs I played, is the best one in virtual reality because it makes you see your weapon and your hands when you are in first person. And to be fair, that's because of how it is in the original single-player games. But even so, Final Fantasy XIV, for all its great things, it doesn't have that. And that's something ESO has over FF14. Though, that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if one day, whether it's because of the VR thing or not, they implement that. And we start seeing them like that. Among Us in VR? Oh, wait. Yeah, as far as I know, there's Among Us in VR chat. I never played it, though, in VR chat. Oh, I do miss VR chat a little bit. And now I'm just thinking of Illurin playing Torumi in VR. You could do that. The only problem might be the voice if he's picturing another voice other than his own for Torumi. And voice mods, well, that's another technology that needs to develop, I guess. Anime fun time, ladies. Meta won't succeed until they give us what we want. Yeah, Sword Art Online might happen. I don't know. I would rather have it like Yggdrasil, the dive MMORPG that Overlord comes from, basically. Log Horizon is another one of my favorite MMO isekai. But the original game was not VR. They got isekai'd into a game, into a world based on the game. More than how Overlord was, because it was a new world, not really like Yggdrasil necessarily, but yeah. It was just a computer game, much like this one is. Like, you weren't in VR to play it. Sword Art Online, just attach a few grenades to the headset that are primed to dehammer when you die in the game. Log Horizon is awesome! Yes, it's one of my favorite things of all time. Absolutely, Shiroe. Shiroe. Akatsuki. Naotsugu. Nyanta. Oh my gosh, Nyanta is incredible. Nyanta-san! Nyanta is just on another level. Tetora. Tetra is one of my favorite characters. She has like all my vibes. I would totally be like her. I don't think I would have played a female character though. I would be a male presenting idol, or a genderless idol though. But I like the player that was Tetra. I love her, or him, but we're talking about Tetra, so it's him. Her, sorry. Have I seen season 3? Funny thing is, very similar to Shield Hero, really. Another reason to watch Shield Hero then. I have seen season 3, but oddly enough, I haven't seen the final episode. I was just sort of like saving it for a special occasion, and then before I knew it, I left it unfinished. So what I'm probably gonna do is sort of rewatch the episodes that led up to it, and then rewatch that, and then watch that final episode. It's a long story, but yeah, I pretty much seen season 3. It's just literally the very final episode. It was that situation. Hopefully this doesn't give any spoilers, but that whole like invasion in the capital and sort of alternate dimension invasion. Aha, invasion in another dimension. From another dimension. There you are. There you are. It's on brand with the Tachigen Temple, you see? No, but really. That whole thing, yeah, I didn't quite see the conclusion of it. Feels like it was too short. But it's one of those anime that is... They unfortunately are too concerned. They're too obsessed with keeping to the 12, 13 episode coup. Kind of. But yeah. I have such fond memories of Log Horizon, and I still need to read the light novels, actually. Yeah, I need to get to the light novels. I didn't read that many books this year, now that I think about it. What have I even read this year? Mostly short stories and maybe some fanfiction? Have I read any bloody fanfiction? I don't remember. Didn't I read something recently? What the fuck did I read this? Remember, hold on, I'm trying to remember. We're gonna have a 90-second ad break. Let me remember during those 90 seconds. What? Hold on, let me also drink my tea. Maybe it will help me focus. I'm having some Salem Black. Finally returned to some Salem Black right here. It was something I read all the way through. What the hell was it? I don't remember. Like, it had several chapters, but it wasn't very long. It was like a fanfic, or... I don't remember what it was. How many words was it? Like... Or how many pages, depending on how you measure the pages. Oh yes, the drink tea emote, yes. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Lurin. Salem Black. We'll talk to Urianger in a moment. Urianger? There was something. Like... What the hell was it? I can't remember. What? I don't remember anymore. Well, whatever. I'll recall some other time, maybe. Or am I thinking of something else entirely? Maybe just a bunch of Wikipedia wiki entries. I've been in the Bulbapedia a lot because of what I've been doing with the Pokemon teams that we'll talk about tomorrow on YouTube. If you haven't subbed to me on YouTube, make sure to do that. We are on the road to 200 right now. As soon as I finish the stream and I have some time, well, I'll probably get something to eat and do the post-stream messages and updates and all that, but as soon as I can after the stream, I'll make the waiting room for tomorrow. And I need to make some modifications to my Discord bots because the Me6 bot is not the only option anymore. And well, even if I stay with Me6, I need to modify it so that it doesn't like add everyone for waiting rooms of a future stream, because it doesn't recognize the difference between all the different types. And I get the feeling it's either been updated now to distinguish between them, or there's a bot that is able to distinguish between the different types so that there's no notification when there's a waiting room up. I can make it so that it stops adding everyone, but I can't make it so it stops adding everyone just for that. So it would be quite too much work to toggle it on and off depending on how I do it. What did you miss, Vermilion? Not much. Just trying to remember some things that I couldn't remember. And talking about potential bots. Oh, there you are, Vermilion. You're a superstar. Thank you for the follow. You didn't follow me? I thought you followed me. It's funny how that works. How dare you? Nah, you're fine. I mean, it happens to me as well. I'm like, wait, I thought I followed you. And you know what? Why I think it is? When you follow someone that is on multiple platforms, you follow them on one platform and it kind of makes you feel like you have followed them everywhere. Like your memory just, especially when you're busy, you're in the middle of other things, I follow you on Twitter, and you're getting caught up in the other things you're doing, and by the time it's finished, ooh.
Supernova explosion!
Hey.
Vermilion_Toku VT gifted a tier 1 sub to Mistweaver8888.
First of all, let me finish what I was saying. You follow them on Twitter, let's say, and it kind of registers in your mind as if you follow them everywhere. And so you think you follow them on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, and it goes the other way around as well. Because I'm pretty sure you follow me on Twitter, right? Vermilion, though! You didn't need to do that, but it's much appreciated. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, the timing of this is so good. Hello. Their blood, by their blood. Kiba the barbarian is here. What were you playing, Kiba? Sorry, got carried away, started to sing. Kiba! Playing Adventure Quest 3D, you were, well, welcome. We're going to acknowledge a sub and we're going to acknowledge a raid. So first, let me get through the sub. Vermilion, you have gifted the Supernova explosion to Mistweaver, my wielder of the Emerald Sword. Thank you so much for that. You didn't need to, but yet you did it anyway, and it's much appreciated. Yes, I feel like you were doing it as an apology for not following because of what you said, but yeah, it's fine. So, Mistweaver has heard this before, but wherever he may go, whether it's Jupiter, Normandy, Japan, Asia, China, Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, South Africa. There's no country called East Africa, but you know, it can be just East Africa itself. Eorzea, Vanadiel, Tamriel, Middle Earth, Tatooine, Dantooine, another galaxy far, far away. He has exploded from shining superstar to even shinier supernova. How many months does Mistweaver have now, I wonder? But thank you so much for that gift sub, Vermilion, to Mistweaver. And then Kiba the Barbarian coming in. Grab your axes because we have an invasion from another dimension, from the Kiba the Barbarian dimension. Thank you so much for the raid. And welcome everyone. I am the multi-dimensional Tajigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual idol form. In Final Fantasy Friday right now, and we're barely getting started with the gameplay we're having today, especially with all that's going on right now. But yeah, let's remove the rebirth now. Well, it's already so eventful. How lovely. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope the stream was well, Kiba. Great to see that you are in AQ3D, back into it. I mean, well, yeah, you didn't get absent from it as much as like people like me have. But it's always good to still have people streaming it. There's just no room for me anymore. Breaks my heart, man, because they've been doing great things for the 20th anniversary. What? Live event hosted by the Wikipedia team? Wait, Wikipedia? Or did you mean the AQ3D wiki or one of the other Artix wikis? Wikipedia itself? What the hell, dude? Oh my god, I feel like I'm missing out on such amazing things. Oh. But yeah, Artix has their 20th anniversary and I'm not participating in it. You know what's even worse? 10 years ago. Okay, AQ3D wiki. Still cool though, still cool. 10 years ago, when they were doing the whole Evil Corp Chairman Platinum thing, I didn't take part in it either. I returned to Adventure Quest. At the time, it was only Adventure Quest Classic that I was playing. But I mean, I could appreciate what was going on across all games. I returned like right after they finished the event, like around this time in 2012. The maps are staying, so don't worry. Okay. I hope to see that. Yeah, like Elvira, and I don't remember who exactly was like part of that. Oh my gosh. Well. And yeah, I mean, AQ3D is always great for Halloween, for Mogloween. It's like one of their most important events because they kind of come from that like horror, comedy horror sort of background from the original inspirations to Adventure Quest, which were the Evil Dead partly, with Ash, I think, you know, the chainsaw arm guy, Ash. The Evil Dead it was, right? I think that was the name of the trilogy. And well, a recent reboot. There was a sort of inspiration. So they mostly emphasized the spooky, the horror part. Werewolves and vampires and Darkovia was their original approach, but they also mixed it in with comedy. Not all the Evil Dead movies are comedy-based, but they're mostly being known for that, I think. When horror was a comedy mixture, yes. So it was that, and I am on board for something like that. I love that. My favorite band in the world, Halloween, which I mentioned a lot recently, are a lot like that. They have those vibes a lot. So yeah. Like, you like Van Helsing? Van Helsing? What do you mean by Van Helsing, though? Do you mean the character, or do you mean the movie with, what was the name? Hugh Jackman. Mostly known for Wolverine now, but he also did that. I mean, it had its comedy, but it was not really that much comedy, I think. Unless you mean something else. Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing? Okay. Yeah, it's a very different approach to the Dracula myth and the Van Helsing thing, but I love how Van Helsing looked. I love that design. Undertaker-like design with the big hat and the trench coat. And of course, gothic stuff like that is always gonna be a win in my book. But finally, let's continue here. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Sorry. Whether man or beastman, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amalja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. Oh, this completes it? Okay, as long as I can speak to everyone else. Because I want to speak to everyone here. Everyone. My favorite part of that movie was Faramir as the monk? Wow, I don't even remember that. Really? I'm gonna have to check that. I remember like 4 characters. I remember Van Helsing, I remember who I believe is Mina. The one that Dracula wanted to get as his bride, and well, she fought against it. But here she was this awesome vampire hunter also. Great gothic style to her too. I remember the Frankenstein monster-like character, a little bit of him. And I remember Dracula. And I sort of remember the vampire brides. I remember like the sick transformations they had. I like the effects. But yeah. What else was there? Those are the characters I remember. Sort of the plot, again, just a modified version of it all. The Underworld Saga are still my favorite vampire movies. Oh my gosh, I've never watched them. I've heard great things about them. Not sure if they are my cup of tea. But yeah. You like Frankenstein's monster? In what way? I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papa Limo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad. Some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? What do you mean by that, Ida? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ulda now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. You've never seen them, you would love them, trust me? Okay. Yeah, like, there's a lot of emphasis in the vampire versus werewolf fights, that's all I really know about that. Out of all the vampire things that I haven't experienced yet, well, not counting other Vampire the Masquerade material, because I want to read a lot of the other source books. I was kind of in the middle of doing that, actually. I was reading the Malkavian Clan book, but I haven't finished with that. Another reason why I haven't gone to the Log Horizon novels is because I'm reading other books first. It's difficult to trust a potato? Yeah, just... Probably... Buffy is another one I want to watch. Not sure if I have the time for that, though. Maybe True Blood. But Buffy I would go for first. I've heard amazing things about it. There's like a lot of fun that they have with it. Like, there's some flamboyant vampires in there from what I hear. And that sounds like a lot of fun. There's this thing they say that like it brings out, when you turn into a vampire in Buffy, it brings out certain parts of you that become more, in lack of a better word, exaggerated. And I feel like if I were turned into a vampire in the Buffy universe, I would be super flamboyant and just like an absolute peacock. Like, yes, praise me, my minions. You know me. It would be even more notable. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, while the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations, nay, not while the beast tries do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. We will grow again, Orianger. Have faith, my friend. And Thancred, tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel after your trials and tribulations, man. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power, is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Al Amigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Kaiden. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. And he has a quest for me as well. But first, Y'shtola. Recalled you our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Lominsan sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlbib that her people had broken their treaty with the Kobolds, and that the Beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Lominsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lominsans to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolve them of guilt. Upon this subject, Memphilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Right, so I think we're talking about that, whether we ally with the nations more directly. And I see what she means by that. I mean, it's like we should offer our services, but I can see what they all mean by staying more independent. I have nothing to repair, but let me talk to Thancred and Urianger. What is this? Huh. So this is facing Ifrit again? Is it repeating an encounter that I've already done? Well, I see something here from Urianger, Primal Fear. That's the name of a power metal band. Ralph Sheepers, I think, is the name of the singer. He's a former Gamma Ray vocalist. Gamma Ray, which was formed by Kai Hansen when he left Halloween. But now he's also kind of returned to Halloween, so Gamma Ray is kind of on the back seat, I think. But yeah. I think maybe one of my favorite songs from Gamma Ray is Armageddon. This is after Ralph Sheepers left, so Kai Hansen was doing vocals. It's the end of the world as you know it, and it's only just begun. Now all you sinners, this is the prophecy, the revelation of your own destiny. You had a dream once, a dream that you have sold, and now my brothers, annihilation is foretold. Old. You have to do all the fights you've done, but on harder difficulties to unlock one of the raid chains, which I highly recommend unlock because it has very important lore. Ifrit hard. So you're saying is yes and no, Alluring. Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm gonna leave them for another stream, I think. I wanna take it easy today. Friend to the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal walketh the shroud. So this is another one of those, right? Those who have borne the eldritch spirit witness and return to tell the tale, avow that ne'er before they have seen its like. Have they seen its like? The god Scriver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Ball Lord Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer's helping hand. Pray hie thee to the seat of the first bow, and shine thy light upon the matter. Let's speak to Thancred about this as well. You have to do hard and extreme difficulties for all the trials up to now. I see. Thancred wants you to vanquish Ifrit and has information that will help you to arrange an encounter. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis as Urianger said, I fear. The Amal Jah have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldesion insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun for everybody's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfili's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Pick those all up? Alright. They're actually very easy. Ducky, Starry, or I could literally solo carry you through them? You know, I'm still kind of a noob at all this. I still need to, like, take some time to even study the mechanics and everything. Like, when we were doing all that stuff last time, I really felt like I wasn't doing things right. Not the way I should have. I should have done something, done anything, but I didn't. And now Abba and Oli are... I will not let it be for nothing. I will earn this. I think we read this dialogue before. And you know what? I think I'm gonna start doing the side quests here. All of the ARR trails are easy to do solo at higher levels. I see. Am I a higher level though? I am level 53, so I don't think so. Not for this. My dear friends, Abba and Oli came to the science with a burning passion to deliver this realm from darkness, a passion that I could never muster. They fought bravely and with honor until they could fight no more. Me, I was never worth much on the battlefield. I wanted nothing more than to honor my fallen comrades, to carry on their fight. But how? Why? Why no side quests, damn it? I must do them! I must do them! No, I have made... No. Listen to me, you maniacs. Listen to me. Listen to me, damn it. I made the wrong decision not doing them. I do not care how long it takes, I must do them. This is the ultimate, this is the true, this is the real Final Fantasy XIV experience, the complete, the ultimate package. I must do everything. Don't just scream no at me. Do them off stream. Are you out of your mind? This must be documented. This must be done. I regret not doing the others. We must do them. Ah! It must be done. This is the will of... What was the name of the goddess? I forget the name of the goddess already. The crystal goddess. Crystal mama. This is her will, damn it. He's never getting to Endwalker maybe until 2026. If I see that they're taking too long though, I may re-emphasize. I'll re-emphasize main story quests and all that. 3 million mindless fetch quests? Well, I'll be the judge of whether they are a lot or not, you know? Or maybe I can start leveling another class by doing these like this. Yeah. Come on. Let's be positive. Don't get so don't get all doomy on me, okay? That's perfectly fine. It took me a whole to learn everything now. Zero importance to the story, no such thing. Or well, they may have zero importance to the story, but they are part of the world. They are part of the world, and I inhabit this world. I must immerse myself. Immersion, damn it. Immersion, Illurin. What would you rather have me do? Spend hours G-posing? Or spend hours doing side quests? Because if the other thing apart from main story quests would probably be something like that, G-posing and stuff. This is why I rarely get to housing in MMOs, as fun as it sounds. I'm too busy doing everything else, you know? It does suck though, because we've seen this happen in the other games. Yeah, spend hours doing MSQ, you're right. But I mean, that will run out eventually. But like, yeah. For now, that's gonna be the plan, god damn it. You think we're joking? 3 million? Well, I mean, if it's a repeatable side quest, I'm not gonna do it every single time that's repeatable. Every single time it cools down, if there's a cooldown to it. And there are some other side quests that are like more mundane that I wouldn't do, probably. Like, not the fetching side quests. We're talking about maybe something where you have to... I don't know, something that doesn't have like that much unique dialogue to it. Characters talking to you and all that, you know? If you want to do side quests, play FF14 and only FF14. You seriously are underestimating the size of this game. See, here's the thing, Illurin. I was gonna bring that up, and it's good that you mentioned it too because of this. This is the problem that was happening when I was playing Lotro, Stutor, ESO. I was spreading myself too thin across multiple games. I was playing multiple characters in all of them and doing all the side quests and stuff. Although, to be fair, even with the side quest, some of them end up being shorter, especially Sutor and ESO. But it's also part of the reason why I wanted to have only one active MMO. Well, I said this and I still want Final Fantasy Fridays to have FF11, but yeah. If I focus only on one MMO like FF14, okay, yes, we can work with this. We can work like this, right? And yeah, we do the quests in this way. Yeah. I'm not sure if you were being sarcastic about Lotro and ESO having less than this game. No, yeah, ESO, from what I remember, it does have less than this game. I was able to finish the vanilla story while doing all the side quests, like, much earlier than it would have taken me to do it like here. Lotro does have a lot though. But I guess it still is. I'm gonna take your word for it. I think it still is less than this. Now, here's the thing, Ducky. You're saying, go back to Ul'dah and start there, then Limsa, then Gridania, then the 5 areas Ul'dah, 6 are on Lominsa, 4 are on Gridania, then Mordona and Kerta Central. Good luck and goodbye them. I'm not gonna go back and do the previous ones. As long as I can recognize when I pick them up that they're previous ones. I'm just gonna go on with these ones. I might go back to do the previous ones, maybe off the stream, and or while I'm leveling up all the classes. Yeah, all the classes to 50, all the crafters, gatherers, yeah. You won't see him. me for months. Yeah, I mean, I don't exactly stream this game every day, right? Sorry, but I must die on this hill. Let the blood run. Let thunder strike me. I have chosen my death. I have chosen to sink further and further into the rabbit hole. Oh, take me to Wonderland, Yoshi P. Take me to Wonderland, Square Enix. Let me go and spend hours, months, years drinking tea with the Mad Hatter. No, if I just jumped down into Wonderland, I wouldn't be like Alice. I would become a denizen of Wonderland. I would be like hanging out with Cheshire and the Mad Hatter. Like, I would be just jogging around with the Cheshire Cat and drinking tea with the Mad Hatter. Are you kidding me? Sounds like my sort of jam. I love the Cheshire Cat and I love drinking tea. So the Mad Hatter would also get along with me. Put a hat on me. Put some cat ears on me. I'm gonna stay in here forever. Let's go. Now remember, when I was wearing the Halloween outfit, I like to compare myself a lot to the Cheshire Cat because it has my vibes. Oh, also I should mention, I might mention this again tomorrow in Pokemon, but my Gengars in my Pokemon parties, for the games in which I have Gengar, I call them Cheshire because of the big smile that Gengar has. 2026. You thought Allurin was bad. What do you do, Allurin? Well, you don't do it as crazy as I do. But I'm curious about what you do if Ducky thought you were bad. And you know why it also takes long? Because I take my moments here not continuing the gameplay to talk to you. I don't know, again, the plans may change, but for now let's ride this. Let's ride this horse and see where it takes us, okay? When we unleash the dogs of war, we must go where they take us. That's a quote from Downton Abbey by the Dowager Countess of Grantham, Violet Crawley. So, I must bear the full consequences of my actions. Me, I was never worth much on the battlefield. I wanted nothing more than to honor my fallen comrades, to carry on their fight. But how? One day it struck me. I may be woefully lacking on the battlefield, but my mind is sharp enough. I resolved to plot a course of action and recruit capable allies to our cause. One thing is clear to me. We can ill afford to be distracted by the beast tribes with more ominous storm clouds gathering on the horizon. To that end, we must find strong and loyal allies to quell the beastman menace. You are familiar with the Yu, perhaps? A tribe of fearsome hunters and huntresses. I am convinced that they would prove invaluable allies in the battle against the Amalja, if only they could be won over. The Yu respect strength above all. I fear they'd sooner gut me than listen to my tale, but you, if you spoke, they would listen. I am certain of it. And so I ask, friend, travel to Forgotten Springs and speak to Uot Nun in my stead. So yes, when we unleash the dogs of war, we must go where they take us. I highly recommend watching Downton Abbey. Fantastic series. They have 2 movies that take place after the series. Watch them after, preferably. Although it is possible to watch them without knowing the series. But it will spoil you a few things about what happened in the series. But you can watch them in the sense that you don't need to be familiar with the characters to understand what's going on, for the most part. So yeah. I wanted to check something in the inventory. Hold on. What is it? This is not what I wanted to check, but okay, I already have the Sylph card. Like, stuff that I usually try to do off the stream is, eat pumpkin cookie emote. Let me take a look at it. Where is it? Where were the emotes? Actions and traits. No. This is not it. Was it social? I want to see what the pumpkin cookie one is like. Wait, didn't I get that before? I remember we were talking about that, Allurin. Yeah, let's see it. Wait. Oh my gosh, that's such a lovely cookie. I like to see what that's like. I like to taste something like that. I haven't had many pumpkin flavored candy. Flavored. Pumpkin shaped candy, maybe I had. Or sweets, but yeah, definitely not cookies. Makes me crave some cookies. Especially since I'm having some tea, which I finished, by the way. That's the last of my Ceylon Black. I'm bad because I take my sweet time trying to soak up as much relevant lore to MSQ as possible. And thus I crawl through MSQ, but you're about to make me look fast. Well, I am glad to be of assistance. I am glad to be of help, Alurin. You see, I'm here to make you look better. Radolf would have you lend your assistance to the Maelstrom cause. Or well, the Maelstrom. And I am with the Maelstrom, so yeah. I call upon you as a fellow Scion, Kaiden, to assist our allies in meeting a mutual objective. The Maelstrom needs every sword it can summon to stifle the Sahagian advance. Final Fantasy, Starry! Yes! Join us on this fantastic quest to do every side quest now. That's how we're doing it. Please talk some sense into them. Please, Starry, talk some sense into Alurin, into Ducky, into everybody that's telling me it's a bad idea. I don't care if it takes a long time. I'm here for it. Let's do everything. No, don't listen to Alurin. Still waiting for Alurin to actually get to 6.0. I'm probably gonna... No, don't tell me it's a bad idea. You two, come on. We gotta immerse ourselves in the world. We gotta... Come on. Work with me here. You gotta see things from my perspective, okay? Look at me. Do I look like the sort of maniac that doesn't just do everything he can possibly do in every video game that he plays? When I play Pokemon, I also try to complete the Pokédex and battle every single trainer. Yes. But this is also why Lotro, SOTOR, and all the other MMOs were put on the back shelf. We must do everything. So yeah. What reason is there to do every side quest? Because I like seeing the what else is going on in the world and what all the NPCs have to say, all the little side stories that happen. All the stories. Even if some of those stories are like as simple as, hey, I need to deliver this letter to my mom. Can you deliver it for me? Because I can't, because I'm too lazy, and you go do it. She's right across the street. Just give it to her. Go pick some flowers for me. This is for my wedding. Ah, it's nice to be part of a little bit of story like that. It's immersing yourself in the world. Immersion! Immersion! God damn it! Immersion! We can backtrack, do the MSQ, and then come back to do them on another class. That's actually what I was going to do, Ducky, but... I mean, that was the original plan. I'm not sure if you remember, Maniacs. Do you remember? That's what we decided on. Alluring, you were there. I'm not sure you were also there, Ducky. I think Miss Weaver was also there. We decided on this originally when I was starting out the game and I was actually starting to do the other side quests. But the thing is, it's also gonna take me a while to go through the main story. I wanna kinda do them both at the same time. And, well, I didn't say I was gonna do them off stream. I was debating whether I was gonna do them or not. That's the thing. No, grinding and farming is what I try to do off stream because that's the one that gets repetitive. Although I could have a hybrid just chatting stream or stop streaming, which I do grinding, but we also do other things while I'm grinding. It can be good. Let's do them after MSQ for our sanity. What is sanity? There's no such thing as sanity in this place. Where do you think you are? Who do you think I am? Does this look like the place of a... Does this look like the face of a sane individual? Do these look like the eyes of a sane person? To you? You've been sleeping on me. You've been in denial about who I really am. If you think there's any sanity in here. Welcome to the Tajigen Temple. I am the multi-dimensional Tajigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual idol form. For your entertainment, for your obsession, for my obsession and my mania. I call myself a maniac for a reason. Come on. Kinda never finishing playing this game, we're doomed. Yeah. Grinding and farming is where most content comes from? Well, do the side quests do that a lot? And keep that in mind. Keep in mind, if they're repeatable side quests that is the same thing over and over, I am not doing them all the time. Like, I'm not literally doing... you know, if it's a repeatable side quest that cools down every day or every 6 hours or who knows what, I'm not gonna keep doing it every day or every 6 hours. Like, oh, this reminds me, I need to get to the Cacpot board. I think I didn't go last week. Did I miss that last week? We need to go to the gold saucer. We know? Good. Good, because it looks like you don't know who I am. Come on. This is also why I leave a lot of things unfinished in other games, you know? Well, depends on the game. Your mileage may vary. Single-player games are good for that reason, because they're not endless necessarily, right? If I play the single-player Final Fantasy games, I'm gonna do that. So it's also gonna take me a while to get through it. But is it gonna be worth it? Absolutely. So at the same time, it does suck because if I stream Final Fantasy XIV once a week, it is gonna take forever. I don't stream 8 hours a day every day Final Fantasy XIV. No, it's not like that. And with Alluring it works as well because sometimes he takes very long streams doing this. He'll get to Heaven's Sword by next fall. Let's go. Let's put it on the calendar. Fall 2023. You know, you're kind of joking, but I don't think you're being hyperbolic. This is how long it's taken me to reach content for previous games. Like, I remember it took me years since I started streaming Lotro here, and I started Lotro before I started streaming. Before I got to the end of the Shadows of Angmar content in Lotro. So Tor... In Star Wars The Old Republic, I haven't even finished the vanilla story. I'm close to the end, but I haven't even finished it. Huh. But yeah, the free trial will run out eventually. I mean... Yeah, that can be the point in which I go back and do the other side quests with the other classes and stuff. But before I do Astrologian with a subscription... That can be a good reason to delay that, whether I pay for it or I take Alluring's kind offer if it's still on the table. But, oh man. You should see what I do in single-player Final Fantasies. What do you do, Ducky? Mr. 50 clears of the extreme. You can get Astro without a sub, but, well, I can't get very far with it, right? Because of the levels, I think. I thought you would need a sub for it. I keep thinking it's level 60. And yeah, I think 60 is the very limit I have in terms of levels, but it's the minimum level. Or is it 50? Even so, I want to get it at the right point in the story, if that makes any sense. But yeah. I implore you to journey to Camp Skull Valley, discuss the matter with Falbrida, and render what remedy you can. We're not gonna get anywhere like this, are we? Read the riptides and the winds, and brace yourself for the coming storm. Learned as much when I sailed as a yellow jacket, I. The wisdom of the seas has served me just as well on land. The beast tribes are a storm in the brewing, and neither the Scions nor the city-states can allow themselves to be caught unawares. Nay, we must strike first and nip the storm in the bud. I start with the kobolds. I reckon they've grown a bit too big for their breeches of late. One more thing I learned as a yellow jacket is that your ship is only as steady as your crew. Before taking on the kobolds, I have a mind to round up some new allies. In Camp Overlook, you'll find a crew of pirates who've given up pillaging and plundering and now fly the flag of the Maelstrom. I bring them on board to fight the kobold menace, but I have a notion that an honest plea from yourself would be more convincing. Might you travel to Camp Overlook and speak to Commander Blodin in my stead? You'd be doing us a great service, aye. Free trial cap is level 60. Take what I've been doing in FF8 RM? Remake? There's no remake to FF8. Remaster, right? Yeah, I think you mean remaster. Cheating the hell out of the mechanics there? Yeah, more about like the immersion, the lore, the quests. More than I am about the numbers. Remaster, yes. And the mechanics and all that. So yeah. Although there's some exceptions to this. For Pokemon, for example, if there's like a battle facility in a game, like a battle tree, a world tournament, battle frontier. I want to go for those, but they're the last priority. But when you have stuff like the world tournament and the battle tree, which has a lot of returning characters, complete with their theme music, it becomes more fun for me. The world tournament in Black 2 and White 2 is one of the best things ever. If they do Black and White remakes, I would like to see that again. So we may also get gym leaders and champions and hopefully Elite Four members as well from the generations after Gen 5. We need more like that. And it's also one of the things that's inspired me to create the Ultimate League that I'm gonna do tomorrow. It's kinda based on that. It all started from there. Where I'm the kind of guy to do the cheese strats for the level scaling of the game and get 5 out of the 6 ultimate weapons on disc 1. I don't know how much that means, but what I can tell you, if I understood that correctly, is that I would want to get the 6 ultimate weapons. And I would just like to, you know, be able to beat the game, do the grinding that's necessary for that, but other than that, not taking it too far with the min-maxing, if that's what you mean. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I make my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Kaiden. Alphinaud, Kaiden, is aught amiss. You desire counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the science of the Seventh Dawn must leave all that. Oh, this is where we get the other, what's it called? The other headquarters. I think you mentioned that. I think somebody mentioned it. The 6 is impossible until disc 3? Okay, then I didn't understand it correctly. Are you gonna get it, Ducky? We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'Dan territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetherite? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'Dan is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Nice rhyme. Unintended rhyme, but it works out. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Mordona itself! Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'Dan and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'Dan is our home, Alphinaud. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12, Earth-at. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphinaud. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the order, after all. They're probably talking about his sister who hasn't been seen in a while. Time for the better HQ, much better HQ? Oh, what do I do with this? Which one of these should I get? Starlight Band, Offending, Direct Hit Rate, Skill Speed, Critical Hit. Which one should I get? Should I get any of these, or are none of them helpful to me? I just get the bronze piece to sell. I'm not sure which would be the best stat for me. Tenacity, Skill Speed, Direct Hit Rate. But of course, yeah, get all 6 of them, Ducky. Fending, striking, and aiming? Yes, maiming. Fending, maiming, and striking. So which one? Striking has strength plus 10, critical hit plus 10, vitality plus 11, and skill speed plus 14. Maiming has strength and skill speed plus 10, vitality plus 11, direct hit rate plus 14. Fending has strength and direct hit rate plus 10, vitality plus 11, tenacity plus 14. None of them? All for other classes? Okay. If you want to find out what happened to his sister, as I did when I was at this point in the story, do that raid chain I told you to unlock. Ah. We'll emphasize that later. Again, I want to take it easy for today. I need to take it easy. I'll take your advice. It's just easier for me to go for the thing you sell for Gil. Nymphilia also has other things to say to me, so let's speak to her. Oh, and there's the other ones: aiming, healing, and casting. Right. Leave all that. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Kaiden, pray attend to Alfinot. He's engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alfinot waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Fending, tank, maiming, melee, aiming, range casting should be there. That's the one you want. Yes. Intelligence plus 10. Vitality and determination plus 10, direct hit rate plus 14. Yes, raising the intelligence, probably a good idea, right? I mean, keep in mind, eventually I will make Astrologian be my main job. So, is there a lot of overlap between the things that are best for a Black Mage and the things that are best for an Astrologian? Maybe some things are because of the intelligence, because of some stats, but Black Mage is DPS oriented, Astrologian is healer oriented. There may be some differences. Still, I can always just get the gear I need. No? Okay. Confound it. She knows what must be done and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamin was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Olda. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlayan minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamin's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliud, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth to for La Nocia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gegaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. All healing gear has a title of healing. Okay. AST wants mine, BLM is intel. So it is indeed very different. There you are then. There you are. I am rethinking the whole thing about side quests. The thing is, if I go back and do them, go back and doing them is the keyword, right? What is the point in which I do that? Until I finish Endwalker? It's a long wait. I mean, it could work, I guess, it could work. Alright, I'm starting to change my mind. But if I wait until Endwalker, that means I will have to sub, though. I will have to subscribe and then I go back and do the other side quests. You plan on doing that? That makes sense. It makes sense too, it makes sense too. Where am I going? Gegeruju in Costa del Sol. But the thing is that we eventually, yes, we do those quests. The sub offer is still up? Okay, thank you so much, Alurin. It's not just not doing them, it's that we are gonna do them. One way or another, we do them. Pardon the redundancy, it's the best way to say it, I think. Sometimes when you leave some things for later, that later is too late, it feels like. That's the dilemma, whether I want to do them now, around the time the main story quests match the what's happening with them, or, you know, give or take. Or I do them later after I've done everything as a sort of lost episodes, I like to call them. Gegeruju. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? The Titan's Bane? I mean, Kaiden, what brings you to my humble resort? Lamin? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egats, man, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. It's kinda creepy. Oh, for shame! To think she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west, or wherever she said she was going. Wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy! West, is it? Thank you, Master Gegeruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. I say do later, as I'm definitely doing that if I get to current patch endgame down the road. Same here. So, with that being said, I'm not going to acquire the side quest I'm seeing on these two right now. But if I am going to do it like that, I mean... Whoops, didn't mean to open all of this. Then it might be a good idea to just... cancel these altogether. What happens if I abandon a quest? Can I still pick it up again? I'm gonna have to take a look at that. But for now, yeah, let's keep doing these main quests. And see how it is. You can? Okay. I just have to see which ones were the Titan quests, the Primal quests, I mean. That's what I meant to say. Let's go back to Wineport. Yes, I remember the quests, I did them related to wine. They were fun. Keep picking the important side quests, the blue ones. So yeah, back to the original plan if that is the case. But damn it! We must do everything! Everything! Ah, yes, I remember this person. Well, if it isn't Kaiden, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand? If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Alright, So many side quests here too. Tastes like a normal sigh of relief. Hey, hold on. I haven't said I'm fully up on that decision. Speaking of which, there's some blue side quests here. Yes, my blind associate. I thought he was there. But no. Don't you sigh in relief just yet. If I can come up with a good plan to do the side quests at the same time on the live stream, we may go back to that. Do not sing victory yet. Hey, you want to know if I've seen a meat-coated lice by the name of Flamin? I wish I haven't. I haven't seen a lice of any description for far too bloody long. All right. Yeah, Lauren. No, yeah, I think he's right there. I just needed to interact with this other person here. But yeah, look at these side quests. Might be a good idea to pick them up. Or if anything, it takes a reminder for me. So when I get obsessive like this, just remind me. Gaiden, there's a good reason why you decided to take this approach. You're tearing me apart. I see you have had many grand adventures since last we spoke, Gaiden. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff had the strongest stand, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. It also figures again into the super novelization fanfiction idea that I have of just making an adaptation of the game, which is either in video form or novelization form or even both, in which I make it so that we show a timeline that places the side quests at particular points that make sense in the story, so that you can see it be part of the story. Or just be part of the experience of what the Final Fantasy XIV story is. Of the world. But it's also split across several characters, so it's not one Warrior of Light, it's multiple. Some side quests are done just by one of the members of the party and some are not. You know, with my re-obsession into Pokemon, being re-familiarized with the Pokemon Adventures manga, and how they changed some things to make it fit multiple protagonists rather than one, because they make every player character be the protagonist there. Like, the female and the male player character are both equally the protagonist, as well as with the rivals sometimes and others. So yeah. So at the same time, that would either make it so that it's okay to do them off the stream because I'm going to adapt them in some other way anyway. If it's novelization, so it will not matter if I do them off the stream because I'm gonna document them in a way in that novelization fanfic. Or if I do them in video form, okay, it makes it more difficult because I have to record the footage from the game to make it be like that. And if I do that, it's either good or bad to do it on the stream, because when I do it on the stream, it has all the overlays and stuff. I will need to find a way, and I think there's ways now to do it in OBS, to have different scenes recording what's on your PC in a different way. So there's this one, streaming this to you with these overlays and everything you see here, the chat, the background, the logo, etc. But there's also one in which it's just the game, maybe no commentary, and it's just recording the game footage. That would take even more time than a novelization of it. That's the thing. Oh yeah, NaNoWriMo is going on right now, National Novel Writing Month. It's already the 11th of November. Safe to say I'm not participating in it, but some year in the future I want to go back to it. The last time I participated was 2016, so it's been a minute now. It probably wouldn't matter off stream, to be honest. Outside of the Hildebrand quest, those are an exception. Aha! So I'm gonna have to do those, maybe. I mean, it's already too late because I've already done a lot of stuff kind of out of order. And yeah, this goes not only for FF14, but for a lot of MMORPGs, adapting the story like that, and even some single-player games for that matter. Like, I would love to adapt the first Final Fantasy so that it's not 4 Warriors of Light, but it's actually 6 of them. So that you have one for every possible class, right? Very similar. It's just... The best example I can give you is comparing the Pokemon games to Pokemon Adventures. Pokemon Adventures is the most faithful adaptation of the games, and even then they take a lot of liberties. But, you know, unlike the anime, there's no Ash or Satoshi. And because of Ash, you know, there's no lack of, like, male protagonists. Like Brendan, Lucas, Caleb. They're not, like, ignored because you already have the male presence of Ash. Sometimes even dressed like they are. No. Oh, they're just another MSQ? Okay, so they're not really side quests. And if they're blue, I am gonna do them. Speaking of which, yeah, there's a couple blue quests in here. I think we should pick them up. And we're gonna do that when I get back. Just gonna take a quick bio break right here. I will run the ads as well. So as always, stay connected to the multidimensional portal. Oh yes, let's use the idle camera as well. Omatase shimashita. See, this is why I love idle camera. I'm so glad we discovered it the other day. Every time I put the game screen on the Be Right Back screen, because we have several versions of the BRB screen. There's the version with the clips and everything, which I need to update with new clips I've made. But yeah, you know, every time I use the game screen, it should be like that. But welcome back, everyone. It's the length of an MSQ. Yeah, I mean, if I do the side quest as well, it would take a long time. I need to start really making some sort of game plan. It's also because of the huge dilemma of not quite deciding where to take maybe my YouTube channel and... Well, whether to go in a particular direction besides the one I'm taking, or replacing the one I'm taking, which still mostly covers some other things. Many great doors have been opened to me after the separation of videos, lives, and shorts on YouTube, but I still haven't quite made a full decision. I'll tell you this though, as soon as I'm able to, I am gonna hire the services of a manager to help me figure this out. Takes a lot of money though, takes a lot of money. But I already have my eye on 1 or 2 people that offer those services, and I think I'll hire one of them. But even before that, yeah. I'm gonna try to do my best to decide on my own. But let's continue here. What is this? What is this? Huh. Loan would entice you with the prospect of untold riches. Fancy yourself a romantic, friend? Do you find yourself gazing off into the horizon, yearning to travel in search of storied relics left behind by the heroes of yore? Yes, you say? Then do I ever have a proposal for you? I was accosted the other day by a slobbering drunkard, bear with me now, I assure you this gets better, who most eagerly regaled me, from what I could gather amid slurred speech and copious amounts of spittle, that is, with the tale of a treasure map he has stumbled upon in his travels. I don't recall the particulars. I was emptying my innards of some foul swill at the time, you see, but it sounded rather convincing to my ale-addled brain. What I do remember is that the fellow mentioned striking out at first light for Raincatcher Gully to visit a miner friend. Should the prospect of hunting for hidden riches set your heart aflutter, I reckon you might still find him there. Oh, yeah, these are the leaves. These are the leaves. Right. See, I leave those for later as well. Very well, very well. You can breathe in relief for now, maniacs. I am going to continue focusing on main story and some blue quests. For now. We're not fully committing to every single side quest. Yeah, come to think of it, it might even be a good way to do it in other games. Like if I were in Lotro, restarting it, so to speak, I could have one character. No, and I was overdoing it last time. I was like making one character for every class. I am glad I got to experience every class, but now that I think back on it, it was overdone to do it that way. If I do go back to Lotro, I am probably just going to focus on no more than 2 characters, if even that. Yeah, I said that the plan was kind of being Kaiden. My elf minstrel self was going to be one of those. Sort of restarting the game on the stream. Well, I'm not going to go into details, there were more reasons behind that, but mostly related to what I show on the stream, but yeah, it's like fully being back shelved now. It's another story entirely. No pun intended. So this is like a special minigame or thing? Hidden treasures. Ah, another guild-crazed greenhorn reeled in by Eldwin's tall tales, eh? Yeah, Eldwin, that's the doddering fool's name, though, mind ye. I've not known him to limit his consumption to any one type of brew. I saw him just the other day, I did. Clutching some tattered, piss-yellow parchment like it was made of solid mithril. This is me ticket to fortune, he blabbered, not half so eloquently, mind you, before stumbling out the tavern doors and promptly falling flat on his mug like as not. Did I see the map myself, you say? Did I ever? Why, the fool shoved it in my face so many times that I swore the mole left the page to take up residence in my nostrils. 'Twas a mess of blue and brown splotches that Eldwin's swore was Camp Brunslake, with a big red X to the southeast. Wow, that's a bit much in my throat, hold on. You're not thinking of going there, are you? Take my word. You'll find naught but a sorry drunkard and his sack of broken dreams. Well, I gotta see this for myself now, don't I? Where to go then? Over... No, this is the other one for Flamin, but it's also important. Let's fly! Let's fly with Maggie! Let's not forget that we can fly. Might help me avoid enemies in that way. And yes, it makes navigation much easier. Your mount can fly no higher. But we're good. Yes, Maggie, let's go. Oh, you know what I forgot? I need to have a lot of pearl chocolate as well. I need to go back to that. Chocolate. Oh, wow. That's way past the area. My bad. Speak with Eldwin in Upper Lenosia. No, search for Flamin. Is what we're doing now. Is it in this lower area? No, it's up here still. Maybe it's... Oh! Is that really her? That's Minfilia's grandmother! What the hell? Aha! Wait a minute. Something is kind of fishy here. Maybe some sort of illusion or something like that. Who knows? That was a very quick battle. Is that really you? Flamin. Hope I'm saying the name right. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubyu's desire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I... Fishy as in a cat kind of fishy? Not what I was thinking about, but it works. Flamin, I don't... Maybe that's not her. Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songsters of Volda, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say Asilia, is looking for you. Asilia! You are the very picture of health, my lady. Yet the world thinks you're dead. She doesn't even give a fuck about it. She's like nonchalant about this all. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forests of Lanosia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Did you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have all that we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Locale? Wineport, you say? Wineport say? Blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Can't speak today. Ah. What was the noise? A private message, maybe? Okay. Recruiting message that I'm so sorry, but I just can't respond to it right now. And, what does FC stand for again? Company? Something company? That's the grand companies, and those are not the player ones, right? That's the Maelstrom. Remind me, what does FC stand for? Like the guilds? Something company? I think I'm already gonna go to Allurance though. Can I even join when I'm not a subscriber though? That's the thing. Free company, there you go, there you go. Yes, I was on the right track, thank you. Thank you, Ducky, for reminding me. There you are. Oh yeah, and let's get the pearl chocolate. Yeah, it must be free company that they meant. This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Oh, I thought it was her grandmother. Wow, okay. But yeah, casting is the one I want, but what about the healing later for Astrologian? I guess I can just get another one. What do you recommend I do though? Because I'm gonna become an Astrologian later. Should I get this healing one for later? I mean, it's level 50, so by the time I become Astrologian, with the way I'm going, I'm already gonna be a much higher level, so I might have something better. A better ring for Astrologian. Somebody can craft me a better ring. I can craft myself a better ring. I don't know. Or should I just get the one that's good for me right now, the casting one? You can get healing later on, especially with tombstones. So should I get the casting one right now? It's all about getting the best gear possible when I become an Astrologian. But sometimes it's okay to let go of some of those so I can emphasize my current class, my current job. Because I'll still be fine by the time I get to Astrologian. Start level 30 and you need to get to Heaven's Sword MSQ to get the class. Go casting? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, like, it's gonna start at level 30, but I'm still gonna be a higher level than the start level. Okay. Let's go for that. Haven't worn my hat in a while, but it's fine like this. Oh my gosh, me and Philly's gonna reunite. Me and Philly is gonna reunite. And this is the same, I think. There's gotta be a dark light choker of casting, maybe. Bending, maiming, striking. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Ooh. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. We can teleport there immediately. And with this... Oh, there we go. Didn't know it was gonna teleport us. I was just talking about the teleporter we get here. Not that they would teleport us. I didn't know. This works out. This works out. Yeah, this is gonna get good. Let me drink some tea before that. Drinking some puer this time. Haven't drunk puer in a while. I need to get some again. Puer can be so good. So good. Just absolutely incredible thing. Incredible experience. Oh, this is gonna be good. Antecedent, you have a guest. Oh, Lamin! Celia. Ah! 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 There's Tataru there to witness it too. Look at that! Look at that! Ah! I haven't seen her like this in years, Gaiden. That deserves a screenshot. Oh, I should have taken a screenshot of myself there like that too. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would. And so I resolved to stay away, as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endangered you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Is that the perfume? Salsetia perfume! You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If ever I lost sight of you, I could find you again, just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. That's what she was doing. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Kaiden, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Kaiden. Thank you both. With this, she will be ready to move out of Ul'dah. There's that too. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamigan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. Like a foster mother. So that's also why they're not saying mother, daughter, necessarily. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know, about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. She says that too. Lamin. You built it once, Asilia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alphinaut, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions, and send word to the students of Baldesion. Preparations begin at once. I like this. I like to see what the headquarters look like based on what Alurin said about the better headquarters. Hopefully we don't get massacred in there. Yes, let's see how that looks. Looking forward to those. Very nice. So I'm gonna get this one until I can get the casting one. I wonder though, just in case, the side quests I picked up inside here, can I still do them in the other place? Like the NPCs, will I have another version of the Waking Sands here so I can interact with those NPCs, or will I have the NPCs there too, or by any chance are they not redoable? Like, you know, if I leave this place, are they undoable? I don't think so, but you never know. It's worth asking. Yeah, there's the Dark Light Choker of casting. Not gonna be very visible on me because of the gear I'm wearing, but in future gear perhaps. Oh, chokers can be so stylish and so good looking. They are underrated. I should maybe get myself a choker. Maybe in a future model it would look good. A choker with a star on the center maybe, or something else, or like a spiral of some sort on the center. That would look good for the Live 2D model eventually. Ooh. Let me make a note actually. Might be a really good idea right there. Something about them makes you look so... just so handsome, just so charming. Charming is the word. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing, and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild would require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Aha. Really, Alphinaut? If I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted, and here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll? It is an honor, Antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphenot, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the science of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Kaiden, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaftborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You should always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Yes, of course, my presence is always graceful to those who are blessed by it. Things are going smoothly. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Kaiden. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Yes, it's time to rest, it's time to rest. Let's take it easy before we go on to the next missions, right? But what's next? I think we're informing everyone now about the changes that are gonna happen. I look Grace sitting in the Black Mage outfit there. Ah, Kaiden, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphenot has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Certainly. What's happening now? Didn't think it would transition immediately to something else. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. The negotiations were short. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Science of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. Wonderful. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tatter's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. What do you mean? What does she mean by that? From the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones, passably poetic? That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they each have pledged their full support, General Roban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. A bit risky? Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, our achievements, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Science of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. Well said. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I will reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that there is a power accountable to no one and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felt primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. That look that we shared there, I liked it. Great! I say yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. その通り、ミンフィリア。社長。I should call her 社長。店長 maybe? 社長! What is it, Tadaru? What is the best girl thinking? There must be some way I can. That area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flaming to teach me the basics of mining too? What are you planning, Tataru? Back, had to do IRL stuff for a bit. Welcome back, Alurin. As a matter of fact, we are gonna finish the stream right here. This is a great note in which to end our Final Fantasy XIV story for today. I did say that it may be a shorter stream than usual today because I want to take it easy for today given how ill I was the last few days, and there are some things I need to do that I haven't done yet to prepare for the YouTube stream tomorrow. Before we do that though, well actually no, I'm just gonna do that later. I was gonna say to go to the gold saucer, but as short as a Hobbit? Not that short. No, that would be shorter still. This is not that short. May feel that way because I didn't do that much in gameplay because of all the stuff we were talking about, which is fine. It's part of the stream. It's part of the stream right there. But do stick around for the raid. We are gonna raid someone who is live that we can go for. Let's see. Well, reminder though that tomorrow we have a Pokemon Satsudan stream over on YouTube, and that's why we're gonna stream right there. I have not raided her in forever, and she's starting the stream soon. We are going to raid Mystic Kyla, who is in Darkest Dungeon. We kind of talked about this the other day, so that's a good one to go for. The stream is kind of lagging a little bit. I did see that Astrally is live, but let's go for Mystic Kyla. We can go for her. She has very similar vibes to me with the colors that she has, so I love her for that. So, let's raid Mystic Kyla. She's about to start the stream, basically. Let's give the invasion from another dimension right there. Thank you so much, Maniacs. I'll see you tomorrow on YouTube if you are there for the stream. But whatever way I see you next, all of you, I shall see you round.